Welcome, friends, Lost Skyfarer, and it's time for the third case of the Great Ace Attorney, the Runaway Room. So it's a train or something. We'll see. Let's go. Let's do this. Oh, that's new. We actually get to look at it now? I don't want to look at the 5. Well, so episode 1, Adventure of the Great Departure, Adventure of the Impeccable Speckled Man. Oh, that means there's only 5 episodes in the first game. Okay. So here we are, the Adventure of the Runaway Room. Yeah, we're on a coach or something. We're on a carriage. The Adventure of the Runaway Room.
Glancing over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter. A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself. However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end in such a horrendous manner. My friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, once said of the incident, "I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude. The beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together."
Huh, okay. Yeah, I swear if Kazuma gets framed again, not Kazuma, if Ryunosuke gets framed again. Oh hey, look at that.
Amazing. Is this really just a railway station?
Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building before.
And look at all the steam locomotives.
Yeah, she's trying to be Asian, he's not.
Incredible.
He is not trying to be Asian, she is. In the voice. Bryant, Coco! That thing say Diddy Kong? I didn't read it fast enough. End of the world. That Brian's Coco was obviously put in there. It looks so not right.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
So, where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
Well, they didn't even try to mention anything.
Please, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure. I suppose you're visiting students from abroad, eh?
Yes.
Thought so. Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay.
Offices to be let what? I'm just reading all the signs.
Welcome to the centre of the world, Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
Idols and Jones, what is that? Just reading all the signs. I swear one of them's almost said Diddy Kong. I swear I thought I said that. Birds! Wait, are we in the Big Ben? What the hell? 18th of February, dang, that was a long trip. 9:21 a.m. British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. Here we go. Do not get framed again. Huh. What an incredible place. It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating. This place is breathtaking. It looks like a fortress. There are some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course. But they've only been built in the few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? A far cry from the wood and paper most of our buildings are constructed from. It's certainly unfamiliar. But I think there's more to the differences than just construction materials. There's cogs everywhere. What is this place again? This is Lord Chief Justice's office, Naruhodo-san, in the Supreme Court of Great Britain. The Lord Chief Justice. We had instructions to report here at this time, if circumstances were different. We were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan. But Kazuma can't. No. So instead, we're here in a different capacity. As envoys to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death. And then apply! Yes. And having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So we'd have to return to Japan if we want to remain here in Great Britain. I have to take Cosmo's place as the law student selected for the study tour. Yes, which means you need the requisite qualifications as a lawyer. Which is what I've been studying for. Here in Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. That's the second reason why we're here, to have you officially recognized as a lawyer. It's the only way that we'll be able to remain here in London. Doctor, I hope I'm up to scratch. Oh, good morning. Sorry for keeping you. Not gonna be Holmes, so... Guy! Oh! I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. Yeah, we'll go with that voice. It seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes and 47 seconds late. My apologies. Oh, no, don't mention it. We're never happier than when we're standing around with nothing much to do. That's the stupidest thing you could say. How fortunate. So, introductions. I'm Meal Strongheart. Male Strongheart? Yeah, Male Strongheart. Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire. Ugh, and I feel like a little mouse under an elephant's foot. Come on, Miss Naruhodo. Don't be a mouse. Oh, how did you read my mind? It's an honor to meet you, Lord Justice Strongheart. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan. Well, Mr. Naruhodo. Welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire. Ah, yes, thank you. Present? I can present him things? Let me look at the court record real quick. What do we got? Armband. An armband inherited from Cosmo. It identifies the wearer as a defense lawyer throughout the Empire of Japan. Mikitoba, a judicial assistant, independent, refined judicial. Okay. The Lord Chief Justice who wields absolute authority in judicial matters, including the appointment of lawyers. He's a thoroughly intimidating man. Let me present him my armband. Let's do it. Check out my armband. Can't find anything out of place. Okay. It says Cosmo on the inside? The lawyer's name is embroidered on the inside here. Look. Cosmo Sogi. This was his band, of course. He had his heart set on this study tour in Great Britain. I'm sure he would have found the truth he longed for here. But he lost his life before he even had the chance to see the place. Yeah, getting murdered for no good reason, too. I have such a strong sense for his hopes and dreams when I look at his armband, though. Laced. These are the scales of justice. They're a symbol of the defense, aren't they? Yes, that's right. The scales are a symbol of fairness to show that all are treated equally in the eyes of the court. And they're warning to those who enter the courtroom without an impartial mind. What if they're the mark of the... But if they're the mark of the defense, it would be more auspicious if they were weighing more heavily on the not guilty side, I think. Not really. Very impartial, I'm sure. Present! Lord Strongheart, may I show you this? To accept this item, issue a receipt, examine it thoroughly, and make a formal statement of my findings. Would require something in the region of 24 seconds of my time. Sorry? Does the item warrant 24 seconds of my time, Mr. Naruhodo? Let's leave it for now, then. Also, we've wasted those 24 seconds already, but you're having that conversation. I just talked to the guy that I can examine? Let's examine. Alright, let's look around here. Books. Just look at all the naughty books packed together on these shelves. They go from floor to ceiling. They don't really go to ceiling. We can see clearly they don't go to ceiling. And they're all books that you couldn't hope to come by in Japan. It's like a dream. Yes, a very bad dream. They're not all about British law either. There are books about the judicial systems of other Western nations. France, Germany, Spain, Holland. What about Russia? And America doesn't exist here. Why do you ask? I was wondering about asking the Lord Chief Justice how you say wardrobe in Russian. What do you think? I think perhaps it's a thought best abandoned. Because that's dumb. Okay, armor. Look at these menacing metal giants facing each other across the room. I believe yes, they're suits of armor. Oh, right. I thought maybe they were like the lion dogs we have in Japan guarding shrine gates. Dude, you have armor in Japan. No, not at all. In fact, in Europe, suits of armor like these are always possessed by evil spirits, you know. I forget what they're called right now. And they roam around in the middle of the night. Really? Is there nothing you don't know, Mr. Sato? This book tells me everything I need to know about everything. If you're ever unsure, just ask. Where did you get that incredible tome? A witch. Gears. Is this some kind of clock? Actually, I think we might be inside some sort of giant clock. Those gears are larger than anything you'd find on a steam locomotive even. It's eerie. Do you think clocks are some sort of hobby of his? The Lord Justice, I mean? Well, boys do enjoy fiddling around with machines, don't they? I'm not sure you could fiddle with cogs that size, and I'm certain you couldn't call me a boy. I'm a man! 23-year-old man! Still, it's amazing how little noise the cogs make considering how large they are. That's actually something quite soothing about their precise rhythm. No, I cannot sleep in a room with a clock. It just tick, 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 tick. I just can't. All I hear is the tick. All I hear. Can't sleep. This must be the Lord Justice's desk. I believe it's made of marble. It looks more like an over-the-top tombstone that's toppled over to me. I think that's your fanciful imagination at work again, Mr. Naruhodo. It feels like everything that's normally made of wood and paper at home is made of bricks and stone here. I know, that's why this place feels so overbearing, I'm sure. The place is probably cold as balls, too, because of that. Alright, let's talk to Guy. Converse, London. So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London? Oh, help. I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city. It's simply splendid, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh! We had a wonderful view of some of London's streets from the carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say I'm almost at loss for words. I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water and gas, and even cables supplying electricity. We spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded. Oh yes, astounded is the word. Thanks for saving me there, Sasato-san. And everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor. Yes. There's much excitement about the upcoming great exhibition we will be hosting here in London. Great exhibition? Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history, and will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop. Gosh, I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's going to be. Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world. You really do say so yourself. The sun will never set on our great empire. The sun doesn't even exist in part of the great empire. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun. Law student. I almost read Lord Jesus Christ. Lord Chief Justice. I think you were expecting a student of law for this student study tour, weren't you? Absolutely. A Mr. Kazuma Osogi, if my memory serves. That's right. The British government has already been telegraphed a full report on the situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard the steamship bound for our shores. That's amazing. The news reached him before we even arrived. A month later. My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours. Oh, thank you. And you honored this appointment specifically to inform me of the news? Yes. Mostly. We're here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person. They tell me you Japanese are people of protocol and courtesy, and I see that it's true. And it is with some regret that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means the study tour arrangement can no longer proceed. If you would just hear us out, Lord Strongheart. What do you have to say, madam? It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruhodo here would like to make a proposal. Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruhodo. This is it then. The moment of truth. Also, I need to remember this voice. I'm liking this voice. Continuing the study tour. The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart, I was wondering if perhaps you would consider allowing the study tour to go ahead? Don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see the tour go ahead. Without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done. Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean. Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country. And that was Mr. Asogi. At least that is what I've been led to understand. Well, the thing is, this really isn't going well at all. I just can't seem to find the right words to say to this man. Mr. Naruhodo, I could ruin things here if I'm not careful. What am I going to say? If there's someone else here from Japan who could be described as a lawyer, it's... me! It's Mr. Sato, really, but it's me for this. Yeah, he's about to give me a Kanan. It's me. I can do it. Is that so? I mean, I don't actually have any qualifications as such, but... No qualifications, you say? And yet you still claim to be a lawyer? I have acted as a lawyer in court before. Only once, as it happens. And I had Kazuma to help me, and I was the accused, but glossing over the details... I've been spending every spare moment on the journey here to Great Britain studying. I've learned all about British law and court proceedings while I was on board the SS Burya. The voyage from Japan is some 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call a full education. To become a qualified lawyer here in Britain, not only do you need a university degree in law, you must also complete several years of training. I realize it's far too short a period of time, but I can't just go back to Japan. Kazuma, Mr. Asogi's journey had only just begun. Coming here on this study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do. I know it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself, but I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set me. Just one chance, that's all I'm asking for. Please! 31 seconds. Sorry? Your opening statement there, Mr. Naruhodo. It was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted. A perfectly judged appeal, I would say. Which is a skill that would stand you in good stead as a lawyer. Oh, thanks. So you're willing to put those words to trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment. Huh? But let me ask you one thing first, sir. Yes? You say you intend to do everything Mr. Asogi planned to do. Are you firmly set on that path? Well, yes, that's my intention. I see. Am I imagining things? Or did his expression just alter a fraction there all of a sudden? Very well. You have your wish. I'll give you a chance. A test to become a specially certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely down to you. Really? Test. So, what form will the test take exactly? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, what do you consider the role of a lawyer to be? Well, defending people, of course. That's one side of the lawyer. Well said. So, let's have you defend someone. Huh? Your timing is perfect, in fact. There's an apt trial about to begin later today. No advocate has been appointed for the defenses yet, so this will be a welcome news. Today? Straight away? If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you'll have passed my test. What could be simpler? How do I get myself into these situations? At least he's not the criminal this time. Well, can I ask what sort of trial it is? Lord Strongheart? I don't know if you guys can hear the siren in the background. Okay. Yes, good question. I remember. It's a murder trial. Always a murder trial. A murder? An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose. That's easy to say. But I should mention, just in case, if the defendant is found guilty, he will of course be sentenced to capital punishment. Capital punishment? He'll be put to death? Here in Great Britain, murderers are sent to the gallows without exception. Presumably you read that much in your short C-based introduction to British law. We can't possibly agree to such a test. We'd be toying with a man's life. I am the Lord Chief Justice, and I've decided it's acceptable. But you can't do that, can you? I swear to God, if our client's actually guilty... There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure that you don't lose. So the defendant may live or die, depending on how well I perform in court? If I lose, he'll be hanged. Mr. Naruhodo, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. Huh? If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. And you say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Asogi? I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen. He's testing my resolve. What's the matter? You've fallen silent. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly. I need an answer from you now. What's it to be? What do I say? Do I agree to this absurd test? I'll do it. What do you say? No. Alright then, if I have to give you a decision now, my answer is... I can't do it! I can't get the words out! 15 seconds! Your decision-making needs work if you want to be a lawyer. That was too slow. Huh. So, it's as I suspected, is it? Sorry? You have noble intentions, but lack the resolve to see them through. The test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Go and acquire your ticket for passage back to East tomorrow. This conversation is over. Yes, Lord Strongheart. Thank you for offering me a chance. Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry, Mr. Sato, but what could I do? You take the case! You take the case! It's alright, I understand. You do? It's not an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. My resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it. What are you trying to say, madam? I think what Mr. Sato means is that no matter how badly I'd like to be recognized as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, to risk another man's life by treating his one and only chance at trial so trivially would be utterly unforgivable. And I feel exactly the same way. I do not! I would have just taken that shot. I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. A lawyer may fight for his clients in court day after day. But for each one of these clients, the particular day they stand in the dock may be the only chance they have to fight to prove their innocence. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Justice. Lord Chief Justice. Wait, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, was there something else? It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time. But I just said that... I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him. What? At this point, he can't hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense. If that happens, there's only one possible outcome. He will receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass down. Well, that's awful! But that is the truth. What, is it an American thing, the whole you get a defense lawyer no matter what? Why does it have to be like this? Please don't expect an answer to every question. The cold, hard truth of the matter is that there is only one person now with the chance to save this man from a very miserable end. And that is you. Not really his only hope. Well, putting it that way. So, what do you say now, madam? Me? What do you mean, it's Lord Strongheart? Yeah, when you don't have a choice, you're gonna say yes, right? You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances, and I agree. But in my estimation, it is purely and simply a matter of resolve. Oh. Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend. I must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So, venture into our great city and enjoy yourselves. Or not, whatever. Okay. He's gone. The Old Bailey. If we're going to do this, Mr. Naruhodo, we must leave at once. Alright, let's converse instead. Move. Wait, can I converse? I guess we shouldn't we're conversing anyway. Mrs. Sato, can I ask you something? Careful. From this position, I can perform a Sasato takedown in an instant. I'm not gonna hit on you, Jesus! I know! Mr. Naruhodo, you have heard, Lord Strongheart. The trial starts immediately. If I need to throw you, I will. You know, you could just say, I think we should hurry to the courtroom. If you need to ask me anything, it had better wait until we're at the Old Bailey. Alright, jeez, okay, let's go. To the Old Bailey. Oh, let's see. Arms of Lord Justice, Strongheart in Britain's great capital city, London. Its grand stone architecture and the echoey tick of the vast cogwheels lend it an air of authority. The oppressive air, it's really quite stifling. You know, I really thought we were going to time skip to him just being a lawyer in Japan, and Cosmo was going to come back. And then Cosmo was going to be all Londoned out or something, but no! That's not what happened in this game. No, we're in London. London's highest criminal court with an illustrious past, the Old Bailey. This is where I'm to take my test and prove my worthiness as a lawyer. If we hurry and catch a cab, we may just make it to the courthouse on time. We're not going to see that guy in a while. I'm going to have to remember that guy's voice. 18th of February, 9:45 a.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Don't you like how there's like antechamber and whatever different words, and for Americans it's just this room, that room, another room, different kinds of rooms. For us it would be the defendant's room, or the prosecutor's room, or the courtroom. It's a thing room, while here it's an antechamber, or all these other words. That's a good point. She has not changed that kimono in like 2 months. Oh, thank goodness, we're in time. There's still 15 minutes until the trial begins. Or she just owns a crap ton of that kimono. I never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. I thought my teeth were going to rattle loose. Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? Get us to our destination in 5 minutes, driver, and there's a guinea in it for you. It's one of my favorite lines in the Sherlock Holmes stories, and it worked quite perfectly. I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were going to die, and we had to pay gold for the privilege. Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started. Yes, I suppose there's that. Anyway, I don't understand it. Also, where the hell did they get their money? The court clerk said the defendant should be here. But there's no sign of him at all. I swear this is Larry. So this is the Old Bailey. Even this room is for defendants to wait is grand. Are you alright, Mr. Naruto? I'm feeling tense, that's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court in Japan. An oppressive air, almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever is about to be sentenced. It feels like only yesterday that I was the one about to be crushed. Yes, whoever the man you're about to defend is, I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment. Top of the morning to you, madam, sir. Guy, what are yous doing following me here? Things are fair desperate, are they? Sorry? Would you look at those expressionless faces? From the east, are yous? Oh great, he has accents in his dialogue, that should help. We're from Japan, yes. Ah, Japan is it? Right, say no more. So, how much do yous need? No, we're just here because... No need to explain, fella. I've been there myself, so I have. No place to go, nothing to eat, barely a penny to your name, and we're in a strange faraway land. Well, actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet, no. 'Tis grand, 'tis grand. Let me start by giving yous 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now. Ha! 1,000 guineas? Please, Mr. Sato, you don't have to shout. But 1,000 guineas is... Isn't that to build an entire mansion in the most prestigious area of Tokyo? What? Yeah, wait, it's Willy freaking Wonka. There's nothing to me at all. I like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see. I have enough wealth to buy the city of London 2 or 3 times over. Could that much rain even fall in one day? Well, even so, we couldn't possibly accept such a large sum of money. Ah! That hit me in the eye. Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving it to you with no strings attached. I'll be wanting you to do something for me. Oh? To be honest, 'tis a little embarrassing. Child that's about to begin, you see, is for me, good self here. I'll be in the dock. Oh. So now, what I want you to do is come along with me and stand there beside me. Officially, you'd be my lawyer, but that's just a little detail now. Oh, well, the thing is, don't worry about the thing. All you have to do is stand up there next to me. Nothing more. Otherwise, you see, the trial is going to start without me having any kind of representation at all. So it was true. The Lord Chief Justice wasn't just making it all up. I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but does that mean you're the defendant in this trial? Blessed and blazes, do yous not know who I am? Me, one of London's biggest names. No, sorry, we've only just arrived in the city, you see. I'm Willy Wonka. I see. I suppose it isn't altogether possible. Well, just next to Hyde Park there in the centre of London is another beautiful park. Sorry, a park? What? It's called McGilded Park. Full of blossoming flowers in the spring and singing birds and whatnot. I donated to the city, so I did. An entire park in central London? This guy's gotta be lying about everything. The city of smiles, that's my vision for London. There's nothing Magnus McGilded wouldn't do for the city and its queer old people. That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary. Aye, but now they've the gall to say I'm a good-for-nothing criminal. Me, Magnus McGilded. What is the matter with the London police, I ask you? Alright, don't pass out. Mr. Naruhodo. Perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath. Good idea. Mr. McGilded, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. Okay, he's still out of breath. So if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands, we'll do our best. Who's after saying, you daft idiot? I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up there next to me, haven't I? Well, yes, but I wasn't really offering to just stand up there next to you. Oh, I think I see what's going on here. Sorry? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, there's chances a fella claims to have more money than the Queen. But if that's true, why the blazes can't he hire the finest lawyer in all of England? Because he did it. That's the only explanation. Well, well... Not at all. Not at all. Although, it is a little strange, to be honest. Why don't you have a lawyer, I mean? That would be the fault of the Reaper. Sorry? Did he just say the Reaper? Aye, the Grim Reaper of the Bailey. Lord Burdock von Zeeks. He's the prosecutor. Oh, great, I got a Cumble voice for prosecution. Of course I do. Prosecutor's the Grim Reaper? When von Zeeks stands for the prosecution, they call the accused as sacrificial lambs. Huh. And to this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. What? So it's reached the desperate situation where there's no one willing to stand in defense against the fella at all. You could say he's a living legend of the Old Bailey. Goodness, Lord Barak von Zeeks. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor then. Any relation to the Von Karmas? Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madam. It's cursed. Cursed? What on earth? The defendant is summoned in this council. Please make your way into the courtroom. The trial is about to begin. This council? That would be me. Oh, it is time. Well then, fella, don't let me down. But I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened. Until you showed your face here. I'd made up me mind, so I had. Sorry? I decided I'd have to defend myself in there. How would that have worked? But then you made an appearance, a student of law, wouldn't you know? 'Tis no accident, I can assure you of that. 'Tis fate. So don't get cold feet now, please. I thought he was going to say boyo for a second. You should have called him out. I literally know nothing about the case, or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him. I would. Mr. Naruhodo, the man has no one. He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom, armed with nothing to defend himself. Yes, something that Kazuma would never have allowed to happen. Counsel for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand. Oh. I'll be right there. Is that ends part 1? No, it's happening then. My first trial in a British court. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because I have no idea how I'm going to manage this. We are screwed! End part 1? Oh no, we're going right into it, okay. We need to pause. Right, it is the perfect spot to stop. Let me stop the game. February 18th, 10 a.m., the Old Bailey courtroom. There! Yeah, we're gonna stop right there. Perfect spot to stop. Go back to the start there. Okay. Oh, that's auto. Oops. No, I can't save over auto. What's wrong? Save here. Bam, there we go. Oh my god! You ran away from your Lucky Charms and Oompa Loompas. No! I cannot do a Gene Wilder voice for the life of me, but he, of course, would be the voice to do for that guy. But is Gene Wilder's voice anything special anyway? Besides just like, good day, sir. I said good day. That's it for now. Next time will be, well, the case. And then we got to find a new voice for some new judge, who's probably just going to get the old judge voice, because I'm not going to do anything new unless he's got a different kind of face. Unless he's not an old dude, then I'm in trouble. And then the prosecution, who is, I don't know what voice we can do for that. I will assume it's the ancestor of Von Karma. But I also need to remember the Lord Chief's voice, because that was a pretty good one. But that's it for now. I have fun. Hope everyone watching. That's what's all about. Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.